this. Okay, we have started. Okay, hi, Genoa. I'm El Sayed. We are the blog from Rethinking Islam, Islamophobia blog. So what are we going to do now is we're going to have a conversation on a social cause, on rethinking Islam and reshaping Islamophobia. Yeah. So maybe you want to introduce yourself and share your experience as an LGBT individual within the Muslim community, which you were before.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Abdul.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I joined the LGBT when back in the days, though I was straight back in the days, but until I went to my primary school, that's when I was a kid, I got introduced by friends due to the community I got introduced into the LGBT. I had a laugh for it. In fact, I was in it for a very long time and I just drove myself out of it some years back, and I've been through a lot in it. Yeah,
Okay. So I heard you're formerly Muslim.
yeah, I was a Muslim.
Okay. What actually made you convert to Christianity? Is it regarding your sexual orientation or something else?
Actually, what made me do myself into the Christianity was my identity, my community. You know, I was in a community where Islamic people were really around me, the critics they had about me, and I knew in my community, I don't know for other community, in my community, if you are LGBTQ in my community, it's haram. And people will always talk bad against you. You will not feel comfortable. If you are a
Oh.
Muslim in my community and you are into this LGBT in my
Mhm.
community, you aren't going to feel comfortable. So you will have this kind of mindset that no, even me, for example, when I was in this LGBT community, right?
Yes.
I wasn't like I had the belief that being in the LGBT community, it's being haram. Allah doesn't like it. So I told myself that even I never made up my mind to change. But since I changed, I told myself I wouldn't go back to the Islam because in my community, people had no love for
Oh.
me, for people like me in my community, people had no love. So, you know, that was just the reason why I built myself from the Islamic to the Christian religion.
Oh. Okay. 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 How did your family reacted to your decision?
Pardon me.
How did your family members reacted to your decision as
Okay.
an LGBT and converting to Christianity?
Okay. My family, first of all, let me say, my dad passed away when I was 6. So he wasn't around the whole time. It was my mom, and my whole life from my childhood, from kindergarten to primary, I went to boarding and from boarding throughout. So it was always hard for me to be at home for my mom to, know what her son or know what, sorry, what her son has been through. It was very hard for my mom to know. So this back in the days at school, I've been doing all this at school and I was hiding it from my mom. I never wanted my mom to know this guy is an LGBTQ. But
Oh,
she
okay.
also passed away last 2 years. And I even thought she knew before she passed away. She just knew, she had a hint. That was after she had it, then I changed into a Christian. After she had it, changed into a Christian. I knew she had it. She told my uncle, my other siblings, some people went against me. Some people had a perception that no, I was no then. You could change, you can change. It was never my perception to change though. But now it is. I'm totally changed from LGBT to a new religion, that's Christianity.
Well, I'm so sorry to hear about your parents. So yeah, so you had quite a challenge in bringing in your upbringing and having a different kind of thoughts. So maybe as I feel that you did not get much support from the Muslim community of what you are. So are you upset with that? Or could the community have done something to keep you afloat in the community and then maybe talk to you about it or accept who you are? Maybe you can elaborate on that.
Um, yeah, Islam, for me, right now, I'm not really upset with it, but I don't know for other communities. I think it would be my community because in other communities, to my perception, I don't see it like that. But because, let me take my country, for example. My country, Ghana, the northern section of Ghana, there are some stuffs that we don't do there. For example, you can't be an LGBT walking on the street, expose your body. In my place, my community, they'll beat you up. If they catch you in
Oh,
an act like that, yeah, they'll beat you up. So it was really hard. They made me felt Islam was a hell to me in my community. But since I traveled from that place to a different place, I've seen changes. Even in Islam, people in LGBT, when they see people in there, they try to, maybe let the person change. Some people will tell you you can be Islam and be in LGBT for them
okay.
in other community. But in my community, when they catch you in such acts, Islam is going to be a help to you there. So I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot over there. Even I quite remember there was a time my school, my college, we had some demonstration, and I had these friends. I was rolling, and we all were LGBT, both male and female. We're all gay. We rolling. If you see our outfits, the way.
Hi, welcome back.
Yeah, hello.
Okay, so we
Yeah,
can
please, Mr.
continue. I
Abdul,
think,
can
yeah,
can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, okay. In your opinion, what can be done to better educate the Muslim communities about LGBT issues? What are your opinions? How can we can educate such issues?
Um, okay, in my opinion, for us to educate this LGBTQ, to me, as Islam people, most Islam, I believe they have this believing that when you are in this LGBTQ, you have no right to be in Islam. And to my opinion, what I would like to say is, being an LGBTQ, sometimes it's being genetic, sometimes the other way around. And if the person in Islam has this related LGBTQ, and for the person to, should I say, what word should I use? Um, for the person to be in Islam, though I know it's going to be something hard because the community will really back against it. They'll talk against it. But my influence I'll give to the people out there is if you are an Islam and you are an LGBTQ in your community, try something new. Do you understand? Like try to, try to go a little bit against it and see how it's going to feel like. Because I know it's going to be very hard. I know it's going to be very hard, but just try something new out of it. And trust me, it's going to be perfect out.
Okay. Okay. So you feel that there should be more understanding by the community, Muslim community, that
Pardon me,
to
pardon, I
accept.
can't hear you.
Okay.
Can't hear you
Can you
well.
hear me now? Is it clear? Okay. The next question is, are there any Muslims LGBT role models who have inspired you in a journey?
Hmm.
Or is it other personalities or other celebrities?
Okay, not really a celebrity, but it was my friend.
Oh,
My friend
okay.
was my role model. Yeah, I had a friend who was that his father was an imam, a very big imam, and he has been he has encouraged this, and he's the one I've always been looking up to. But now it's not like then, because I've really changed.
Okay.
And I don't know for him.
Mm.
Yeah, he was my person I was really looking up to when it comes to LGBTQ in Islamic.
Oh, okay. Okay. How does being both a former Muslim and an LGBT shape your worldview?
You mean how does we both shape the Islamic?
How
I
your thought
understand that.
of, say, for example, how you view this LGBT Muslim community around this world? What do you think about it? Is it improving, or is it the numbers are increasing? So what is your opinion on that?
I don't really get your statements, but I don't. Please, I try and say, how does the Islam in my community get improved?
Okay, because now a lot of Muslims, they are changing, or I mean, they are going into LGBT. And do you think that this is increasing trend, or is just some individual going into LGBT?
Okay, I don't really know much about that, but to me and my perception, I see it to be like people in the LGBTQ are more than the other religion. People in LGBTQ as Islamic, sorry, are more than the other religion. And I don't know how they really ruling with this. And they too, I think they also think that in Islam, being but the way I traveled, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, carry on.
Yeah,
Sure,
I
sure, carry
was
on.
narrating. Yeah. So let me continue. Me narrating from the way I travel from my place to a different region in my country. That was when I
Mm,
saw LGBTQ demonstration where the Muslims had the LGBTQ flag and at the same time had this Quran. And they chose the LGBT over the Quran. So they made it more look like LGBTQ is more valuable than the Quran. I really don't
okay.
know about that, but we had this Islam people there that were letting them feel, how will I say it? The word, I don't really know the word, but they were making them feel more disgust, like they made them felt LGBTQ was disgusting. But they told those people that then they will even choose, they will burn the Quran. What was the statement? I think they will ban the Quran rather than to ban the LGBTQ flag. It's like, ooh,
Mm, okay.
I don't
So
really know
they
for them. Pardon?
so they were really against
They were,
LGBT.
yeah.
Yeah. And you mentioned about they being aggressive, they beat up people. So they have actually beaten you up for being in
No,
such a
I was in the northern region of my country, and where I
mm,
went to was in the southern part. And
okay,
in the southern part, they had few Muslims in the southern part rather than the
okay.
northern part. In my northern part, you can't come and
Mhm.
do this LGBTQ demonstration over. They will beat the whole people up.
Oh,
because that place, the Muslims there, I don't know for that community, but the Muslims in my place were many, and they had this. They don't have love for people in LGBTQ. They don't have
yeah.
love for them in my community. But for this other region, like Accra, we have a city in my country called Accra. The Muslims there are less, the Christians are high. So
Mhm.
if you're camping on LGBTQ, you only hear people criticizing, people letting you feel disgust. Some people care, some don't care. But for
Mm.
my place in the northern section, stop though. You wouldn't like it being a Muslim in the northern section if you are LGBTQ.
Okay. I mean, there are crimes everywhere. So LGBT is a major crime in the northern part.
No, I don't think LGBTQ is a major crime.
No, according to according to the Muslims at the northern Ghana, do they take it
Yeah, yeah,
as a
yeah, 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 yeah. According to
okay?
Muslims, it's haram.
Okay, so
It's a major
your
crime.
mm, so your northern Ghana down there, they will punish it, punish such things as a crime.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, the other thing is, how long have you been in the LGBT community, and are you now advocating it to others, or is just you're practicing it yourself?
Okay, that was then, right?
Mm.
Then me being in the LGBTQ as an Islam boy, I was advocating it. It wasn't
Oh,
really individual. That was back in school.
mm.
Back in
Oh,
school. Yeah. I do advocate it to people, try to let people get go over it, try to dive people in it. I really advocated all this.
okay. I mean, I apologize if questions can be quite sensitive, and thanks for being straightforward for answering our question.
Thank
I
you.
think there are a few more, just a few couple of more to go. And okay, let's see. Can you share any positive experiences within the Muslim community related to your journey? That means if did any other Muslims, your friends, can be your teachers who are Muslims, supported you, or were there for you during these stages, and they were still maybe encouraging you, okay, don't do it, or they encourage you, it's okay, just carry on, but still stick with Islam. Maybe you can get awareness in the future and change your mind. Was there any such things?
Okay, in my community, um, the love, or should I say the fitting, that was very less being an LGBTQ. The only people that encouraged me were my close friends that were also the same like me. They were only those who encouraged me. But for others, they didn't encourage me. That was in my community because I can't remember back in the school. I've been saying I did this LGBTQ more in the school than being at home. I can't remember back in the school. This is my friend that encouraged me. He was a Muslim. He's called Ahmed. He encouraged me. He made me felt that if you are in the LGBTQ, you can still be a Muslim. He was saying it wasn't a haram because it's God that created us that way. It's God that made us that way. Okay, and I was also
Mm.
following him. Closer friends will also be like that, but others who go against it will be like it's haram, it's not good, it can lead to death. God didn't create you this way. Huh. I don't really know for other people, and I quite remember my friend. I think he was born with it because from his childhood, you could see this LGBTQ. So even I had a conversation with him that is it his dad or his mom that is in there, and do they really support him being the LGBTQ? He told me the mom is aware, but the dad is a little bit hitting on it because the dad is an imam. He's been hitting on it. My
Oh,
nigga, if recent time, I heard he got kicked out from house because of this LGBTQ act. But the mom's been crying to him, telling him to change and get back home. And he's been saying he's not willing to. That was then. I've been dropped out of this LGBTQ. So he was the person and other friends who were close to us who encouraged us. Because the community, as I said, they wouldn't encourage me. They didn't encourage me. I don't know if it was because of the region I was. Think even if maybe I was to be in the southern part of my country, maybe they would even encourage me more. And I don't even know if maybe I would have been there by now. I'm still going to be in that same part.
Okay. Oh, so most of your experiences is negative rather than positive from the community. Oh, okay. Okay. What advice do you have for other Muslim LGBT individuals who may still struggle with self-acceptance and they're confused and they do not know what to do? So, what kind of advice will you give them? Start, okay. Okay. What advice do you have for other Muslims LGBT individuals who may
Please,
be
I can't hear
struggling?
you. I can't hear you well.
Oh,
Hello, I
okay.
can't hear you.
Okay. Okay. I repeat the question. What advice do you have for other Muslim LGBT individuals who may struggle with self-acceptance and they don't know where to go for advice? What do you have? What kind of advice do you have for them?
For 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 them being in Islam,
Yeah, a Muslim, and they feel that they are in a LGBT kind of they wish to go into LGBT community, but they're confused or they don't know where to go. So what do you advise them? Do you advise them to talk to their families, friends, or any other place? I'm talking about Ghana, in Ghana. So what do you advise to them?
okay. You were like my advice, right? Hello?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, the advice I'll give to the people who want to join, right?
Yeah,
Or
correct.
the way, yeah. Okay, so for people who want to join this LGBTQ, I wouldn't tell them it's not good, but all I have to tell them is their decision is in their hands because they're going to face a lot of challenge. One might be bullying, one can be critics, people, disgust you, fear, people who put fear in you. People say a whole bunch of stuffs on you. So what I'll just tell you is be very careful of yourself, you know what you're camping into, know what you're in for, and know what you want. Yeah, for people who want to join it.
Uh, okay, Noah, we have come to our end of our discussion. And frankly speaking, I've now understood, in fact, from our conversation, how complex marginalized people can be in the Muslim community. And I believe not all Muslim communities are such, but maybe some, like in northern Ghana. And okay, as I mentioned, we have come to a conclusion to our discussion here. I would like to wrap it up. I'm quite surprised that the Muslim community were quite aggressive when marginalized individuals want to do what they want. So, I mean, when you say being beaten up and aggressive, well, that actually took me by surprise. Um, and I mean, I wish you all the best.
Yeah.
So I hope you are having a better life. And you also shared with me, I'm not sure your partner, the program you shared with me, is that your partner? No, I think the reception is getting bad. So you want to say something? You wanted to say something?
Yeah, I really wanted to share how the community, parents, and other social gathering to, help support or relate how they should relate to people in LGBTQ. Because myself, I've experienced in some point of time in my life, I felt, man, you mean I should use,
Yeah. Continue.
okay, okay, as I was saying, I really want parents and community people, especially those at the community gathering, should help these people in the LGBT by not, criticizing them, not insulting them, not letting them feel bad about themselves, because I know how it feels when the book to all, I guess, parents outside and, you know,
I think the reception is getting bad, so we will end our conversation here. And I would like to thank you for doing the discussion now today. Hopefully we can meet again. Okay, so signing off. I'm Al Syed from Rethinking Islam. Bye, Noah. Hi, everyone. Sorry, there is a problem with the Wi-Fi connection in Ghana. So I would like to conclude for Noah in his last few messages, which we couldn't hear. He feels that any community, regardless of Islam, Christian, Hindu, he feels that the community should support an individual, especially those who are marginalized, on how to see to help to bring them closer and not to shun them or even beat them up, as what we have heard from the conversation. I'm quite surprised. I believe Muslims or the Islamic community is not aggressive. That's what our Prophet said. We don't beat people. We don't scold people. He doesn't like it unless it's really something which is a criminal offense. Well, LGBT can be haram in Islam, but it is not a criminal act. I was saddened by his comment on how he was treated. So he just wanted the community to know that be with the marginalized individual, to not push them away, embrace them. He agreed that he was confused and he's unsure whether even if the Islamic community would have accepted him as an LGBT, he might still have committed because of what happened in his area, his town, his city. So I would like to conclude, as Muslims or being in the Islamic community, we should not take advantage of who we are. We should be able to convince or at least embrace those marginalized individuals. Regardless whether they are non-Muslims, Muslims, it's okay. We are just an individual and we have our weaknesses. So friends, I'd like to thank for you on watching this video, and hopefully I can bring in more vibrant, more exciting discussion with other individuals. Thank you.